quick. Get some folks in here. Share this real quick. Yo, yo, yo. Yeah, man. I want to talk about. I'm sure everybody has seen those viral pictures of the Haitians getting rounded up by the border patrol on horses with whips. I want to talk about that real quick. Talk about that. Talk about Afghanistan. Talk about Mexico. Talk about what's been going on with black people. Uh, there's some things I've been thinking about. I was gonna make a video, but I said I really don't got the time, so I'm just gonna go live and put it out there. So what's going on with them with our Haitian brothers and sisters? Uh, my heart goes out to them, and every black person, your heart should go out to them too. And you should be thinking about the time when a disaster might happen to us. Well, it already happened. It happened in Hurricane Katrina. It happened, you know what I mean? And you've seen the type of support that we had from the government. So when it comes to what's been going on with Haiti, I mean, they have disaster. Their country is destabilized. The president got assassinated, and they just fleeing, trying to get a better life, trying to get a better life, trying to come to America and get, what I'm saying. Matter of fact, if you in here, share this video, share it, because if you black, if you brown, share this video, because I'm gonna speak on a couple of things. I'm gonna speak on Haiti. I'm gonna speak on Afghanistan. I'm gonna speak on Mexico. So I start with Mexico first. It's all gonna go full circle in how America is treating black and brown people. So during the time of Trump, when Mexicans and Venezuelans was fleeing their country for the destabilization because of it, because of the corruption, because of the cartels and all of that, they was fleeing to America to get here for a better life. America said, you know what, we're going to put them in immigration detention centers. That's the reward that they gave Mexicans for being hard workers. For Mexicans are some hardworking people. They in the fields, getting the fruit, getting the vegetables, doing things that build America up. The same as with black people, the same as with Native American Indian people, doing things that build this country up, that have built this country, right? The poor people of the earth of America is the reason why America is so great. And so when they got here, they got put into immigration detention centers. The government even lost some of their children, and they don't know where the children are, right? So that was the treatment that they got from fleeing a country that was destabilized. Now, if you do your research, you'll find out that the reason Mexico, Central, and South is destabilized is because America was doing drug deals, right, with Nicaragua. That's the Iran Contra scandal. And now you fast forward to this time, the country is destabilized and full of cartels and full of corruption. So they're fleeing all of this that America created. That was the Mexicans. They was fleeing the country that was destroyed by America. And the thanks that America turned around and put them in immigration detention centers. Now let's fast forward to Afghanistan. Afghanistan, America went in there in 2001, was in there for 20 years, supposed to fix the government. Then they realized they couldn't. They pulled out, and the Taliban took Afghanistan over. And so America felt bad for being in there and not being able to fix it. So what they do for the Afghani people, they flew a million of them out. They flew them out to America, to Europe. They set them up with money. They set them up with loans. They living in Airbnbs right now, and that's how they treated the people of Afghanistan. Right? They set them up. They said we're gonna take care of them. You know what I mean? We're gonna do what we can for them. But you see how they destroyed South and Central Mexico with the drug cartels. And I forgot, I left out a crucial point about that whole thing is that the Iran Contra scandals, when they was dealing drugs in those countries, the drugs was coming to South Central Los Angeles. Yeah. And that's what destroyed black communities. So on both sides, black and brown America was destroying these people. And so with the Afghanis, you probably going to see them in your local neighborhood in the hood because they're going to get those loans and they're going to open up, liquor stores, convenience stores, gas stations, motels, whatever. But the point I'm making is how they set them up so quickly. Now we go to the Haitians. We go to the Haitians, right? The Haitians are fleeing. They're fleeing their country for the destabilization and something they can't help, which is a natural disaster. That's something they can't help, right? And they're fleeing. They're fleeing this. They're looking for a better life. They're trying to do better. They want an opportunity for a better life, and that's it, and that's all. And then you see these viral pictures of Haitians holding food, right? Holding food with the white man on a horse with a whip, like it's back in slavery, like it's back in the plantation days. You know what I'm saying? And the fact that this just shows you that America does not care about black and brown people. They don't care about us. You know what I mean? And the only resource that we have is to stick together and to love one another and to come together and be unified, right? That's the only power that we have as black and brown people. Because time and time and time again, they give us the examples. They put it right in our face, just like with Afghanistan. They put it right in our face that listen, we'll do what we can for them, but for you, we pulling out horses and slave whips. But for you, you gotta for the hundred or so, 200 of you Haitians, yeah, you gotta go back. We'll fly a million Afghanis up out of there. We'll take care of them. We'll give them Airbnbs. We'll set them up. But for you, nah, you niggas, you gotta go. You know what I mean? And so, when are we going to learn as black and brown people? When are we going to when are we going to when is the light bulb going to come on with us and see how they really doing this? And as black and brown people in America, black and Hispanic people in America, like we don't really know what it's like to be destabilized. I mean, like I brought up the example, it did happen in Hurricane Katrina, but for the most part, most black people, we don't really know what that's like, right? We don't know what it's like for your country to be falling and in shambles, and you're just trying to get out and go somewhere where you could start anew and start fresh and get an opportunity to have a good life. We don't know that, right? Because we're pacified here in America. A lot of a lot of times we talk about a hard knock life and all of that, but at least we're not living in no third world country. We're not living in one of those countries where your only hope is to hop on a boat and cross the ocean and risk death. Your only hope is to pack up all you can and walk across a desert and risk death to get somewhere else. We don't have to worry about that until it actually happens. Until it actually happens and even with COVID-19 when it first happened, when it first broke out, you see like it was a lot of fear. It was some fear. But now we done went back to normal. You know what I mean? It was some fear for a second of what I'm going to do. If something really did break out and it was every man for himself, how are we going to survive? If it was a situation where, the water was cut off, the electricity was cut off, all resources, no food on the grocery store shelves, then what are we going to do? We don't know what that's like. So we should have some type of compassion when it comes to our Haitian brothers and sisters. It's just amazing that we don't we don't care like that. We don't care, like we are desensitized really in America. We really desensitized. But getting back to to the Haitian brothers. So a lot of our Haitian brothers and sisters are in Mexico, and so I titled this live, Haiti, Mexico, and America, because I wanted to talk about that whole situation and how you see the difference in how they treat other people, other immigrants versus black and brown immigrants. Everybody in America is an immigrant. Everybody in America came from somewhere else, except for the Native American Indians. But you see the difference in how they willing to give these resources, they willing to give this help, they willing to do this humanitarian efforts. But when it comes to Haitians, they don't give a damn, right? When it comes to black people, they don't give a damn. When it comes to brown people, they don't give a damn. Now I'm going to get to the ending of this video because I got to get ready for the slave. That's work. I got to get ready to go to slave. But I wanted to give a big shout out to the ISUPK under Commandant General Yohana. Yesterday, them brothers in Texas went out there to Mexico to the border with truckloads of food and water and all kind of resources, handing it out to those Haitian brothers and sisters. And I mean, on the video, the line was, it was so long and it was so beautiful and it was tear worthy, man. It almost made me cry because if you have a love for your people and a desire to see your people get helped, you would feel some type of compassion and some type of pain and hurt for what they going through. And you will look at them like that could be me. That could be me. That's something that we don't do. Black people in America, we don't look at our people and say, when they going through hard time, we don't look at them and say, well, that could be me. I put myself in that position. But these was doing an amazing job, man. And nobody else is out there. Nobody else is out there. You don't see no black Christian churches. You don't see no pan African African people. You don't see no Hotep people, no conscious community. Nobody was out there but those brothers that everybody hate. Israelites get a bad rap. They talk about how they dress, how we dress. They talk about, how radical we are and we like a gang and they criminals and all of that. But one thing you cannot say about the Israelites is that they don't love their people. You will remember that when something cracks off, they on the ground. The ISUPK is on the ground in the middle of the storm, right? And the people that you put your trust in, and all of these, content creators and conscious community people that's monetizing and all of that shit, they ain't nowhere to be found, right? But these brothers that the world hates so much, and these brothers will take the hate, but these brothers is actually putting their boots where their mouth is. They're not just talking about it. They actually went out there, and it was such a beautiful thing to see black men, Hispanic men out there for our Haitian brothers and sisters, and nobody else is doing it. So I give a big shout out to the ISUPK under Commandant General Yohana. And if you love your people, if you love the Haitians, if you have any compassion in your heart, you'll thank those brothers too. So with that, this is Black Authentic Truth, man. I got to get ready for the slave. I wanted to make this video, but I said I ain't got time. I'm just going to go live. I'm going to go live because I wanted to bring that out, the difference in how America has treated us versus other people. And I wanted to show my respect and my honor and show love to the ISUPK for what they done for those Haitian brothers and sisters out there in Mexico. And so, yeah, with that, this is Black Authentic Truth. Peace. Get out of here.